This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. High school baseball is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It is regional action in 5A this Thursday afternoon, part of our triple header today here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. One game in the books, game 2 coming up. Lawton Macarthur and Guymon here from Bill Tipton Field on the campus of Carl Albert High School in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Josh Calloway on hand with you at the campus of Carl Albert. Tracy Mussett alongside as well. Game 1 in the books. Carl Albert taking care of business this morning, knocking off Southeast. They're into the winner's bracket, and they'll face the winner of this next ball game coming up in just a little bit later on today as Guymon and Lawton Mac get together in the postseason action here. Always a great time of year in the postseason for high school baseball teams punching their tickets to the state tournament over the next few days here across Oklahoma, but obviously one here so at Bill Tipton Field. A look at the bracket. This is what we're working with. Carl Albert, like we said, winners earlier today over Southeast, so they are going to be back in action later today at 4. That game will be right here on OSN against the winner of this ball game here between Guymon and Lawton Mac. The losers are not eliminated. It's a double elimination regional. They'll turn around and play tonight. Southeast at 6:30. The loser here will go there. That'll be an elimination game with the winner prolonging their season for at least another day into tomorrow. If you're unfamiliar with how this works, basically a little 4-team double elimination tournament. Winner goes to the state tournament next week up in Tulsa. Carl Albert, of course, the defending 5A champs. They've already moved on, and now these two squads looking to meet them there, Lawton Mac and Guymon, coming up here in just a couple of moments from Bill Tipton Field. Tracy, you were here this morning for the first game. Carl Albert knocking off Southeast. Titans obviously did their job, and now these two teams will try and meet them there in the winner's bracket game coming up next here at Bill Tipton Field.
Yeah, in that first game, Carl Albert come out. They were hitting the ball hard, but they were hitting it right to outfielders early in the game. Only scored a couple of runs the first 3 innings, but then they really got it going in the middle of the game and put it away as the pitchers were starting to struggle for Southeast in that 5th inning, and Carl Albert managed to put it away with a run rule score of 10-0 after 5 innings. So
yeah, and that's big in these regional formats. Save innings is big. Carl Albert gets it done a little bit quicker, and so they're on to the winner's bracket. All right, so we're about ready to get this game going in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get into the starting lineups. First for Lawton Mac, they're going to be the road team. They're going to bat first. Leading off, the second baseman, Bo DeLong. He's a senior. Number 2, Thatcher Zeller. The shortstop, batting third, Gage McNeil, the left fielder. Batting cleanup, Spencer Thurman, the center fielder. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Leyland Coena. Batting sixth, the pitcher hits for himself, Lou Phillips. The DH will bat 7th, Gunnar Tate. Batting 8th, Braden Cooper, the first baseman. And running it out, batting 9th, the right fielder, Josiah Alford. Defensively for Guymon is how it'll look. In the outfield, Jonathan Christian in left, Julius Villarreal in center, Isaac Sandoval in right. Across the infield, third to first, Wyatt Durbin at third, Kyle Harmon is short, Drazen Romero, the second baseman, Angelo Carrasco at first, Isaiah Sandoval behind the dish, and Andres Ozaida on the bump for Guymon here this afternoon. The Guymon Tigers are in the black jerseys today with black hats, white front facing, and gray pants, which is going to try and throw me off a little bit. They are the home team in the road gray pants. Macarthur in the home green jerseys with white pants, and they'll be batting first here in just a moment at Bill Tipton Field. Appreciate you being with us. A triple header of action here on the Oklahoma Sports Network at the Carl Albert Regional. Titans winning the first game, and we're getting ready for game number 2 in just a moment here from Midwest City. Always fun. Punch tickets to state tournament in the next couple of days, and we'll have some state tournament baseball for you next week as well. Obviously more information on that to come depending on how things shake out the next couple of days. There's a bunch of OSN teams that could be playing baseball next week, both 5A and 4A. So we'll talk about that more as we go along this weekend into next week. But obviously always a fun time, and we're about ready to get this one going here between Mac and Guymon here at Bill Tipton Field.
So this regional, Josh, between districts 1 and 2, Carl Albert was the runner-up in District 1, and then we have Guymon, who is the 6th-place team in that district, Macarthur, the 3rd-place team in District 2, and, of course, Southeast was the 7th-place team in that district. Mac with a record of 18-17 on the season, Guymon with a record of 11-13, so the record's not significantly different.
Right. And at this point, you're in the postseason. Take it one game at a time, see where you go. First pitch from Ozaida is just off. And ahead in the county is Bo DeLong, the leadoff man for Lawton Mac. Ozaida on the bump here for Guymon. Second pitch coming. That one on the edge makes it 1-1. Ozaida not the biggest of guys on the mound, but obviously you're going to give it the ball to someone you trust. Getting into the winner's bracket, this is an elimination game, but, man, your path to getting out of this regional is vastly different if you can win that opener. That one on the edge makes it 1-2. So Zaida had actually got him on the corner. That was strike 3. My mistake. I didn't realize that first pitch was actually called in there. So that's a 3-pitch strikeout to start the day. Can't start any better than that for Ozaida on the mound. So Bo DeLong retired, brings up Thatcher Zeller, the shortstop, right-hander, into the box, and he fouls off the first pitch.
4 pitches, 4 right across the plate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Coming in, attacking. It's a way to start for Ozaida. Obviously, big moment. Postseason feels a little different. Like I said, not elimination game, but a huge game. But not bothering Ozaida so far. Coming in right away and attacking is Macarthur hitters. 0-1 on Thatcher Zeller. That's on the edge, 0-2, so make it 5 for 5 to start for Ozaida. Pretty nice weather today. Wind is blowing straight in. It's very breezy here at Bill Tipton Field today. Can't complain about the temperature, though. Hovering right around 70, 67 at my check. Cut on and missed. Took a little off that one, and Zeller swung right underneath it. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 Ks for Ozaida. What a start.
Very similar to what we saw from Andrew Campbell, the Carl Albert pitcher, in the first game. He started off with 5 strikeouts, and Ozaida getting it done early in this one for Guymon.
Here we go. Gage McNeil, left fielder, takes a first pitch cut and fouls it off. Obviously, he's attacking, so good on McNeil being ready to hit, but can't quite barrel that one up, fouled it away. It's 0-1 on the left fielder, Gage McNeil. Ozaida checks in and fires. Fouled off again. So 0-2, and I know I'm not trying to do any kind of announcer's jinx here, but we are 1 pitch away from an immaculate inning to start this game for Andres Ozaida. 0-2 coming from Ozaida to McNeil. 2 strikeouts to start, looking for another. Fouled it off. No immaculate inning. Job by McNeil battling that ball in on his hands. I was going to make kind of a radar gun here at Bill Tipton Field, but you can tell Ozaida's not bringing nasty cheese. He's just kind of living on the edges so far. Really good precision so far from Ozaida. 0-2, that one does miss. First ball. And it's 1-2. McNeil battling up here, trying to get Macarthur a first-inning base runner.
Everything's been in control for Ozaida, though.
Mm-hmm. 1-2 coming. That one fouled off again. So a nice battle here. McNeil trying to time him up. And he stays alive. Winner here moves on to take on Carl Albert. It'll be a 4 o'clock first pitch, roughly, here at Bill Tipton Field. That'll be obviously a winner's bracket game winner. That will move on to tomorrow, needing just one more to get to the state tournament next week. 1-2. That one off. Evens it up at 2 apiece. Good battle here. McNeil line 0-2 real quick, but fought off some good pitches. Takes a couple outside, and he's back into the count at 2-2. Ozaida sets and fires. Got him swinging. Right underneath it. And how do you like that start for Ozaida? 3 up, 3 down. He strikes out the side. Can't ask for any more to get the day started for Ozaida on the bump. A fabulous start for Guymon. And they'll now come to the plate, looking to continue the good momentum onto the offensive side. Take a look at their starting lineup. Ozeta, he just had a 1-2-3 inning, struck out the side. He's also going to lead it off for Guymon here coming up in just a moment, so I'll try to keep the good vibes going at the plate. Isaac Sandoval, the right fielder, bats second. Drazen Romero, second baseman, bats third. Angelo Carrasco, the first baseman, in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth, Kyle Harmon, the shortstop. Catcher Isaiah Sandoval will bat sixth. Jonathan Christian, the left fielder, in the 7-hole. Julius Villarreal bats eighth. And the ninth place hitter, the third baseman, Wyatt Durbin, will round it out. Defensively for Lawton Mack, it'll look like this. Gage McNeil in left, Spencer Thurman in center, Josiah Alford in right, Leyland Kawina at third, Thatcher Zeller at short, Bo DeLong at second, Braden Cooper at first, Braden McDonald behind the mound, or behind the dish, I should say, and then Lou Phillips is on the mound as he'll try and match the start for Ozeta. Can't ask for any more from him as he goes 3 up, 3 down. Tracy, I mean, you mentioned you saw it earlier with Andrew Campbell, but, I mean, what a dream start. If you're a guy, I mean, you're kind of the, a little bit of the underdog here. You're below, coming in under 500. I mean, you can't ask for any more from your pitcher. You go 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks to start. Well,
and keeping the pitch count down low. It wasn't 3 Ks with a lot of balls thrown. Now, the third batter there did battle and foul several off, but kept the pitch count down really low, only threw 12 pitches in that first inning. So, yeah, I mean, exactly what you want from your ace.
No doubt.
If he is the ace. I don't know the team well enough to know that.
That's a good point. And it's always interesting, how do these teams, kind of approach the pitching. Because, like we said, this is an elimination game, obviously. So there is some thought maybe, you save your best arm back. But especially in this matchup, the 2-3 seeds, if you will, in this, this regional, you got to win this. It can be done, but it is really tough to climb out of the loser's bracket and come all the way through and win it. So it's a tough spot. It's like, do you go all in on winning this game, or do you say, hey, we save our best arm for when we need them? It's kind of a tough, tricky spot, but obviously a good start for Ozeta. So far, so good. Now he's in the batter's box now, as he'll lead it off against the Macarthur starter, Braden McDonald. Lou Phillips on the mound, excuse me. Have the defensive alignment from Game 2 taped up over here. We did all that work, Tracy, before the game to get the right fielders set up. Lawton Mack, that's Game 2. First pitch fouled off from Ozeta. As Phillips gets ahead 1-0. Or 0-1, excuse me.
How many times this season has someone said Lou Phillips on the diamond?
I was just thinking that already. Fouled off again, 0-2, so only 2 pitches, but similar to what we saw from Ozeta earlier. Coming right after him is Phillips on the mound. Ground ball to third base side. It's going to get past third baseman to short, fire across the diamond, and he beat it out.
Wow, what a close play, and it looked like he just got there.
So great effort by Zeller to make the play close at first base, but he's able to beat it. And it's a leadoff single for Ozeta. So good start there. Puts a man on base for Isaac Sandoval.
So Ozeta gets it done on the mound in the first inning, then makes contact putting the ball in play and shows some tremendous speed down the first baseline.
So Sandoval into the box after the leadoff infield single for Ozeta. Bunts it into the air. And everyone's going to be safe here as Phillips couldn't make a play on it. And then there was just kind of a no man's land. A great bunt single for Sandoval. And it's going to be first and second, nobody out here for Guymon. You can't ask for a better start, both on the mound and now at the plate.
That's not what you typically expect out of a bunt, even when you want to try to, get it up. But there was just no one out there to field that ball.
First pitch in there for a strike from Phillips to the 3-hole hitter, Drazen Romero, the second baseman stepping in. So an early jam for Phillips. That ball's popped into center field. Getting back on it to make the play and firing into third. Ozeta will move up. Smart play by, and the throw's going to go wide here. Oh, he doesn't see it. Got a runner advancing with the runner at third.
The runner at third was out.
Oh, okay.
Ozeta was tagged out at third.
That was a hectic play. Okay, I'm all out of sorts here. That was a hectic play. So, okay, let's do some cleanup here. That was a flat to center. That's out number 1. Ozeta got thrown out moving to third. But then Sandoval alertly took second and then goes to third on the error. So you got 2 outs and a man at third now. I think we're caught up there.
Yeah, the fly ball caught out in center field. He made a great throw into third base, beating Ozeta to third with the throw, and Ozeta was tagged out, which led to the second out on that play.
Yeah, I didn't see the out call. Looking around, doing a little multitasking here. First pitch in there for a strike on Angelo Carrasco, the first baseman, who comes up in a big early spot, man on third, and 2 away. Chance to get Guymon an early lead. Well, that's a huge play in center field by Lawton Mack there. Spencer Thurman, the catch and throw in to get the runner. This breaking pitch misses inside 1-1.
Ball had some good movement, just couldn't find the plate.
1-1 on Carrasco. That one misses inside, 2-1. Man at third base, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Guymon had put the first 2 runners on. Trying not to squander the opportunity. This one inside, they're going to say he went around, and it's evened up 2-2. Phillips a strike away from wiggling out of this jam. Obviously, big help by the play out in center by Spencer Thurman. The catch and throw in to get the runner at third has opened the door here for Macarthur to wiggle out of this. 2-2 out, man on third.
There's a lot of indecision by Carrasco on that last pitch, and it resulted in him getting called for the strike. Of course, he just ducks that one coming in over his head.
Yeah, almost came up and in, but had time to get underneath it. So the count runs full with 2 outs here and a man on third. For the Guymon first baseman, Angelo Carrasco. This ball's popped over to shallow right field. It's going to get down. It's a 2-out RBI knock for Carrasco. Great piece of hitting.
Guymon coming in showing some offense early against Macarthur here, getting bat on ball 3 different times. Or actually, all 4 batters have put the ball into play.
This ball's popped into center. Should be playable for Thurman coming over, and he does make the play for the 3rd out. And that will end the first inning. But Guymon on the board first. They lead at 1-0 after 1. You're watching high school baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, bring back our mushroom Swiss burger. I heard corporate said it's never going to happen.
Corporate here. We had the bandwidth to circle back on this action item, and
we're aligned. Bringing you grilled mushrooms, melty cheese, and creamy au jus sauce. If synergy like that isn't cool, then we don't know what is. The mushroom Swiss burger is back.
we're bringing back the hits.
What a burger!
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
All right, back at Bill Tipton Field, heading to the top of the second. Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. A good start for Guymon. They go 1-2-3 in the top of the first on the mound for Ozeta. Then they come back and get a run on the board. Always good to get an early lead in these big postseason games. They've got a 1-0 start. Could have been more, though. Pretty good job by Phillips to limit the damage there, but the big 2-out RBI knock by Carrasco gets Guymon on the board first, and they've got an early lead here in this regional opener between Guymon and Lon. Mac winner moves on to take on Carl Albert in the winner's bracket game. That'll be at 4 o'clock back here on OSN.
Maybe the defensive play in that first inning that was a little bit surprising. Ozeda showed some speed when he beat the throw to first to get on safely.
Yeah.
But then he was not able to beat the throw from center field to third base and was tagged out at third for the second out on that what ended up being double play for Macarthur.
Yeah, that was a huge double play, obviously, to really give Phillips a chance to limit the damage. Now, Guymon still got on the board because of good hitting by Carrasco, poking that ball into shallow right field. But nevertheless, one run, you feel like probably not going to beat you, so a good start there for Phillips to at least avoid the big inning. And here comes the man of the hour right now for Macarthur and Spencer Thurman, who made that great play in center. He'll lead off here in the top of the second against Ozida. First pitch outside. First inning went as smoothly as it could for Ozida. 3 up, 3 down with 3 Ks. It was a strike away from an immaculate inning before Gage McNeil was able to battle a little bit before ultimately striking out. This ball's fouled off the first base side. Four, 5, 6 obviously do appear for Macarthur in the inning. Thurman, Kowina, and then Phillips, the opposing pitcher. 1-1 from Ozeda is fouled away again, so 1-2. Coming right after these Macarthur hitters is Ozeda. You like to see it. You want guys nibbling around, falling behind. And with the way the wind is blowing straight in, it's going to be hard to really drive anything, you would think, in this game. 1-2 pitch, just off the plate, 2-2.
The one thing we saw in the first game with hits to the outfield is the outfield kind of got used to that ball dying, and they were playing it short. And then a couple that came in more of a line drive, you know, the wind didn't affect them as much, and they were misplayed by the outfield. So
2-2 pitch coming. Able to take it outside, almost offered at that, but he holds up, and the count runs full. The right-handed hitting center fielder Spencer Thurman trying to get on base to lead off this second inning for the Highlanders. 3-2 on the way. Cut on and missed. 4 batters, 4 Ks for Ozeda.
And that was a pitch that was probably out of the strike zone on the outside batter's box, but cut on it anyway by Thurman.
Yeah, got him to chase, and that's now 4 straight strikeouts to open up the day for Ozeda. Brings up Leyland Kowina, the third baseman, batting 5th. He'll take a ball outside. First time Ozeda has failed to get first pitch strike, the early part of this ball game, between the Tigers and the Highlanders. .1-0 rocket foul off the first base side. Just a tick late, but some good contact. Like we said, with that wind, it's pretty breezy. It's coming pretty much straight in. Anything in the air, you're going to have a hard time really driving anything in this game today. 1-1. Ground ball, short stop. Comes in, fires across, makes a nice play. That's Kyle Harmon, the shortstop. Nice routine play. A first ball in play for Macarthur, and it's handled cleanly. Make it 5 up, 5 down to start for Ozeda. And there's 2 away. So here comes the opposing pitcher, Lou Phillips, trying to help himself. He'll take a pitch on the inside edge for a strike. Oh, 1 on the way. Misses low and away, evens it up at 1 apiece. 5 up, 5 down start for Ozeda. Trying to keep it going, get the Guymon offense back at the plate. One on the outside corner, 1-2. Phillips looked like he wasn't a huge fan of that. Get the opposing pitcher up there. He's just kind of thinking, as long as I get that as well, and I get back up here.
He sure thought about it.
Ozida a strike away from a 6-up, 6-down start. 1-2. Inside. Almost hit him. Phillips a good job to get out of the way of that. Evens it up at 2-2.
That's one when you're struggling to get batters on the or get runners on the base.
Yeah, it's like,
you're all going, well, go ahead and take one for the team there, Lou.
Ozeda will try again. 2-2, 2 outs here in the top of the second. And we got time called by Phillips. There's no limit in high school, so if you're not ready, take your time.
That has changed the game in Major League Baseball.
Oh, it totally has. Makes you really have to think about when you want to use it. Batter gets 1. 2-2 coming. Ground ball through the first base hole. And the Highlanders have got their first hit. Good piece of hitting by Phillips. Take it the other way. Wasn't hit overly hard, but just where the fielders weren't, as he just punched it through. And it's a 2-out single for Lou Phillips.
That ball did not have significant speed, really come off the bat fast, but it just kind of died in the grass. And Phillips was not a speedy base runner there, but the way the ball slowed down gave him plenty of time to get there. And we do have a courtesy runner coming in, number 13.
13 for the Highlanders. That's Oscar Rodriguez, senior, coming in to run for the pitcher Phillips. And we have the designated hitter at the plate, Gunnar Tate. He'll take strike 1. So the first traffic of the day against Ozeda had gone 5 up, 5 down to start, but a good piece of hitting by Phillips there to punch that through the right side. Got a man on for the DH, Tate, who's the 7th place hitter in this MAC lineup. Ball's ripped right up the middle. That's going to be a base knock. A clean single to center. And back-to-back 2-out hits has got Macarthur with a little something cooking, as Braden Cooper will come up with a big spot here with 2 men on and 2 out. Easily the best contact of the day we've seen against Ozeda. And there's now 2 men on. So Cooper, the lefty first baseman, steps in. Pitch way outside, off the glove. Runners will try and advance, and they will successfully. Thought for a moment they might not risk it, but it got away just enough from Sandoval behind the plate that they'll go ahead and move up.
Interesting thing that happened there is that ball popped right in the catcher's glove and then just came out, and the catcher thought he had the ball.
Yeah.
I think his reaction is what held the runners for a moment.
1-0. Cut on and missed. So a big early spot in this game. We're talking about a base hit here for Cooper. Probably puts you in the lead. Whereas obviously the flip side, if Ozeda can get out of this, he holds Guymon in front, as they'll come back up to the plate in the bottom half. Big early spot in this game. Fouled off the left side, and Ozeda's a strike away. One of the great things about baseball is, like, we don't know how this game's going to play out, but the game could be decided right here. We don't know. Obviously, we'll see how it shakes out, but this could be it. I mean, this is how it goes. Could be the highest leverage moment of the game right now. 1-2, 2 outs, runners on second and third for Braden Cooper, trying to put Mac in the lead, or at least tie. That one outside, 2-2. That one had probably the best zip of any fastball we've seen today from Ozeda. That one smacked the mitt.
I love that point you just made about this could be the deciding play of the game. And if it is, we've got a long way to go to figure that out.
No doubt. 2-2, 2 out. Ozeda will try again on Cooper. It's lofted into left field, but it's going to be playable. Right there to make the grab is Christian, who's hit pretty well, but Jonathan Christian barely had to move, went right to him, and Ozeda is able to wiggle out of danger and hold the lead. At the end of an inning and a half, it's Guymon 1, Lawton Max 0. You're watching high school baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This isn't just any burger run. This is a burger run for Whataburger's Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger. 2 fresh all-beef patties with melty cheese, grilled onions, crispy bacon, and sweet and spicy pepper sauce. One for you, one for him, and one for your unofficial roommate, Brad. Always order an extra. For Brad. The all-time favorite sweet and spicy bacon burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
All right, back here, Bill Tipton Field. Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Good job by Zeta wiggling out of danger there in the top of the second to preserve the shutout for the moment for Guymon through a couple of innings. We go to the bottom half. First pitch inside for a ball on the Tigers' 6-hole hitter, catcher Isaiah Sandoval. Boy, that wind is whipping. You can probably hear it in our mic. As Sandoval cuts on and misses at that one, evens it up at 1-1. Quickly back up there, and he'll foul it off, 1-2. 6, 7, 8 due up in the frame for Guymon. Isaiah Sandoval, Jonathan Christian, and Julius Villarreal on the way for the Tigers. Phillips on the mound. Ground ball to the third base side, coming in and fielding it. Firing it across the diamond is Kowina. Good clean play. And one away for Phillips here in the second. We've only had a couple of ground balls in this game, but so far some pretty nice defense in the infield from these two squads. Not always a given by any means. Brings up Jonathan Christian, the left fielder, comes up with one away and nobody on base after Phillips retires the leadoff man. Phillips in the first inning let the first two guys reach, but got some help from his defense. Did give up a run, but limited the damage there. As Christian cuts on and misses at strike one.
A little surprised that we don't have a scoreboard operator for this game.
Did you have one this morning?
Yes.
Oh, misses outside, makes it 1-1. Just give me an extra challenge. I'm also producing as we go here on the broadcast today, and so just give me a little extra challenge. 1-1 in there makes it 1-2. Cut on and missed. He got him. Kind of looked like a high breaking pitch that Christian just swung right underneath. Well done by Phillips there, and 2 up, 2 down here in the second. So a much better start this time around for Phillips as he gets his first strikeout on Christian. It brings up Julius Villarreal, the center fielder, with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the second. First pitch down and in, makes it 1-0. Phillips working quickly. We like that. Cut on and miss, 1-1. Makes it a little tougher for me, but hey, keep the game moving. That's fine.
Villarreal digging for that one.
Yeah, that one was well in the dirt. Got him to chase. 1-1. Just inside. It's close.
With 2 strikes, it's hard to take that pitch.
It was 2-1. 2-1 now. That one cut on and miss. Makes it 2-2.
Okay.
So Phillips a strike away, and boy, I love it. He's getting the ball and saying, let's roll. Feeling good. 2-2 pitch. Trying to go 1-2-3 here in the second. Got him swinging. A very awkward cut by Villarreal. Just tied him up. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Phillips. A very strong frame after the Tigers got a run on the board off of him in the first. At the end of 2, it's Guymon 1, Lawton Max 0. You're watching high school baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I'm so hungry I can eat all the tires off this bus.
When you're on the road, there's a lot of late nights. A lot of early mornings.
Not supposed to say that.
A lot of honey butter chicken biscuits. You hear my belly growling?
Yep. I'm going to need one of those right now.
And a lot of good times with my band.
What a burger.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back at Bill Tipton Field, Josh Calloway, Tracy Musson on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We go to the third. Guymon leading Lawton Mac 1-0 in this 5A regional tilt opening round matchup. So not an elimination game. Loser here will still have a shot. Got to go the hard way, though. Winner goes to the winner's bracket. Face Carl Albert right after this game. That'll also be on OSN. It's a 4 o'clock first pitch set for Bill Tipton Field. 9-1-2 do it for Mac against Ozeta, who's off to a great start for Guymon on the hill. Josiah Alford, the right fielder, will start it out. And he cuts on and misses at the first pitch. By my count, all but once, Ozeta has gotten off with the first pitch strike, which is, you hate to boil it down and make it that simple, but boy, that makes your life a lot easier as a pitcher when you're getting ahead 0-1 every time. That's what he's done so far. This one does miss high, evens it up at 1-1. That ball popped foul off the first base side. With the way that wind's blowing, it's not going to stay in play. Lands just behind the Macarthur dugout over on the first base side, and Ozeta's ahead 1-2. One-two pitch on the way from Ozeta. Breaking pitch, got him looking. That one moved quite a bit. It looked like it was going to maybe even get close to getting up on the legs of Alford. Instead, it slid right across for strike three. Excellent pitch there from Ozeta to get him looking.
Very pretty to watch a pitch like that sitting here behind the home plate.
Strikeout number 5 for Ozeta brings us back to the top of the order with Bo DeLong. He struck out looking to start the game, and he'll take up high 1-0. DeLong was part of that 4 up, 4 down with 4 Ks start for Ozeta. He retired the first 5 batters overall before a Lou Phillips single with 2 outs in the second. This ball's rocketed into left field. That's going to be a base knock for DeLong. So a nice opposite field single there. Second time through, get a second look at Ozeta. Maybe some better looking swings. So far, yes, through 1 batter, and it's a base knock for DeLong. Puts a man on base here with 1 out in the third.
Third hit of the game for Mac.
Brings up Thatcher Zeller, the shortstop, struck out swinging that first time. He's got a man on first with 1 out here. That ball's going to get away from Sandoval behind the dish. It's going to allow the runner to move up to second. Takes a wide turn, but he'll hold there. So got a runner in scoring position now.
Of course, Bill Tipton Field, Carl Albert High School, right here, right a mile away from Tinker Air Force Base, and we get the noise of the planes coming over. And I'm reminded, I was talking to one of the coaches one time from Midwest City and said they had gone down to Lawton to play, and the Army was conducting artillery exercises, and the players kept hearing the booming artillery and were distracted by it. The very next week, Lawton had come up here to play, and the Lawton players were distracted by the jets flying over. So
it's that home field advantage. 2-0, so good hitters count here for Zeller. Runner goes, and a knuckleball toward third. It's going to be a stolen base. Lucky that didn't turn into something worse. That ball just came out of Sandoval's hand funny.
I wonder if maybe he thought about not throwing it.
Maybe
and
tried
it just
to stop
slipped
himself.
Out.
Yeah, could be. So it's a stolen base for DeLong. He's now at third with 1 out and a 3-0 count to work with here for Zeller. We'll see if he's taking or if he has the green light. And it gets away from Sandoval again, and he's going to get all the way around and score. That's one way to get your first run of the day. as DeLong singled, moved to second on a pass ball, got to third on a stolen base, and scores on a wild pitch. You'll take it, I guess.
For all the control that Ozeta was showing during the first inning, that cost them a run.
Very strange. Like you nailed it. He was pounding the zone so far in this game. Very surprising to see that. And that pitch on the edge gets him back. Thought he had ball 4, but calls him back. So the count is full at 3-2 on Zeller. And now a tie game at 1-1. Cut on it, missed.
Wow.
So he fell behind 3-0 in that at bat. Battled back to get the second out. So good response by Ozeta. And there's 2 gone. For Gage McNeil, left fielder, he struck out swinging his first time. Had a long at bat with Ozeta, though. Fouled off some tough pitches. He pops this one foul back behind the plate. Will just leak over the, the fence back here, protecting the patrons. It was the perfect height to just kind of creep over. Scared a few people.
No one was yelling heads up.
No, nobody. This ball punched over to shallow left. It's going to get down for a bloop single. Harmon raced back to shortstop, and Christian came barreling in. It just kind of went into no man's land. Again, I think a big part of that was the wind. We've seen that already a couple times. The wind kind of wreaking havoc on those exact kind of just floaters out into shallow left or right field. Didn't really matter which with the way it's whirling. And so it's a single for Gage McNeil. Puts a man on for Spencer Thurman. He'll take outside.
Thurman struck out in his first at-bat. Count went full before he struck out that time.
Thurman, one of the big plays of this game defensively with the throwing out of Ozeta at third back in the first. Runner's going to go. And that's going to be a stolen base without a throw, as Sandoval couldn't come up with it cleanly. So you're seeing Mac being very aggressive on the bases.
And after that throw from the catcher earlier over to third, they may be feeling even more aggressive about challenging the catcher.
2-0 count. That one up high, and it's 3-0. So very unlike what we saw from Ozeta in the first 2 innings. I mean, he was pounding the zone. I mean, we've got maybe 1 or 2 3-ball counts max. And I'll say this inning, he's kind of falling behind guys, some wild pitches. Shows what traffic on the base paths can do. Can put a lot of pressure on a pitcher. 3-0 green light, and he rips it foul.
You know, so often in the high school level, you'll see a pitcher that at the next level might be a closer, you know, good for an inning or two, but because they can throw a good ball, they end up in a starting position on a high school team, and that may be what we're seeing from Ozeta here. Don't know, haven't seen his performance throughout the season, but he's been good for about 2 innings, and we'll see if he can close this one out.
3-1 pitch. Ozeta really checking on the runner, and now Thurman wants to take time. McNeil was dancing off of second base there. For Ozeta, have to find a way to kind of just worry about the hitter here. You got 2 outs, get out of this inning. 3-1 pitch, and he missed. So it's a walk, first walk of the day for Ozeta, and it puts 2 men on with 2 out. Here in the third inning for Leyland Kawina, who ground out to short his first time. He'll come up with a couple men on, try to do some damage here in the third. They're going to have a meeting on the mound. Mind you, this is game 2 of a triple header today on OSN at Carl Albert Southeast this morning. We'll have the next ball game for you as well. Carl Albert will see the winner here. 4 o'clock first pitch at Bill Tipton Field. Winner of that one will go to 2-0 in the regional and be just one more victory away from moving on to the state tournament next week. That game will be tomorrow. We'll get into all that as we go along later on, but gives you an idea of what's kind of on the line here. You lose this one, you got to go the long way. So a lot on the line here between these two teams. Big spot here as Kawina steps in with 2 out and 2 on. First pitch fouled off. So there's more like what we saw from Ozeta first couple innings. Attacking, getting ahead 0-1 here. Like I said, Guymon grounded to short his first time. He was actually the first Macarthur hitter to put a ball in play in this game back in the second inning. Wind is whipping. 0-1 outside, 1-1.
Yeah, he put that ball in play and almost beat it to first. It was a phenomenal throw from the shortstop for Guymon to get that out.
Checking the runner again. 1-1 on the way from Ozeta to Guymon. He'll take a strike. Both runners move up, but I think probably the wise move from Sandoval to make sure he received that clean and get the strike. The batter's the important part right now. You don't want to be launching that into third. So get the strike. It's 1-2. Runner's now at second and third. Almost certainly going to get 2 runs if you can get a base hit here. Big spot. 1-2 pitch. Outside 2-2. Sandoval, a good job to corral that. Evens the count.
A wind picking up.
It is just a classic windy Oklahoma day right now. The direction constantly shifting.
You know, I moved up here from southeast Oklahoma, very, very southeast Oklahoma, McCurtain County area.
Ground ball right back to Ozeta. He makes the snap, throw to first, got him, inning over. Do it yourself. Andres Ozeta makes the big pitch to get the big out, and he did it all on his lonesome in the field. A big out there, and it keeps the game tied at the end of 2.5. It's Guymon 1, Macarthur 1. Watching high school baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, bring back our mushroom Swiss burger. I heard corporate said it's never going to happen.
Corporate here. We had the bandwidth to circle back on this action item, and
We're aligned. Bringing you grilled mushrooms, melty cheese, and creamy au jus sauce. If synergy like that isn't cool, then we don't know what is. The mushroom Swiss burger is back.
we're bringing back the hits.
What a burger!
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
All right, we go to the bottom of the third here at Bill Tipton Field. Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussa on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Tied up 1 apiece in this Carl Albert regional matchup between Guymon and Lawton Mac. Do it for the Tigers, 9-1-2. Wyatt Durbin, the third baseman, will lead it off against Lou Phillips. The Macarthur pitcher, first 2 guys reached against him on a couple of infield singles. Since then, he's looked pretty darn solid. Cruising right along. First pitch is grounded right in front of the plate and thrown down. Nice clean play made by McDonald behind the dish, and can't get off to a better start than that. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Want to finish that thought you were making before the end of the top of the third?
Oh, I just
rudely interrupted by
rudely interrupted by a hit or a ball put in play at least. No, moved up here about 6 years ago from southeast Oklahoma down in Curtin County, and that one of the hardest things for me to get used to in the central Oklahoma area is the wind.
Oh,
you know, we had moisture down there all the time, but we have wind up here all the time.
Yeah, so. Right. You're seeing that today, no doubt about that. Back to the top order with Ozeta, the opposing pitcher. Like we said, he got an infield single in his first time. It was a ground ball to the left side. Knew it was going to be a close play, but showed off the wheels, beat it out. Was later thrown out trying to get to third on a fly ball to center. That one outside 1-1. As you can see, Phillips is just in a good rhythm right now. Maybe it wasn't totally comfortable to start this game, but he's in a good flow at the moment. This ball's popped up. With the way the wind's blowing, nothing is routine. It's going to be playable, though, and made it look easy. Did Guymon at third. But I give him credit, considering how windy it is, and it is very windy. Even by Oklahoma standards, he pretty much made that look as routine as it gets. And quickly 2 gone here in the third.
You know, we talked. You made that comment a minute ago about maybe he wasn't comfortable right in the very beginning, but even then, I'm looking at my pitch counts and stuff like that. He was throwing strikes then.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
The
And
ball
those
was
first
being
two
put in play.
Those first 2 singles were both infield singles too,
right.
Which is, they all count as singles, but not like they were rockets off the bat by any means. First pitch inside for a strike on Sandoval, who had a bunt single in the second. It was kind of just a perfect bunt to really no man's land in between first and second, just past the pitcher. Nobody can make a play on it. And he's now behind 0-2. So Phillips is trying to work a real quick 1-2-3 inning and get the Macarthur hitters back into the box. 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. One of those funny things about baseball, is that you can kind of feel like it's a 1-1 game. It's low scoring, it's tied, but it feels like Macarthur right now has got the like they're controlling it.
They're in a flow
right now, yeah. Putting up good at-bats. Phillips is in a rhythm. It's up to Guymon to kind of flip things back in their favor. 0-2 pitch, misses high, 1-2.
We look at the game of basketball and we talk about being a game of runs, but baseball is a game of control in a lot of ways.
It is. So. It's kind of like who's kind of got the feeling like they got their finger on the pulse of the game at the moment. 1-2 is fouled off. So good job here from Sandoval battling, fighting off some tough pitches. Sandoval, the right fielder for the Tigers today. Staying alive here, 1-2 coming again from Phillips. Takes inside 2-2. That almost hit him.
I think that one might have wrinkled the sleeve of Sandoval there.
We've had a few close calls. No hit by pitches yet. Knock on wood. 2-2 coming here from Phillips, trying to work a 1-2-3 third. Keep this game knotted up. Long set. And smartly, Sandoval says, hold on a sec. Let me get my wits about me. Try it again. Phillips ready to go. 2-2. Ground ball foul off the third base side.
It's the third ball fouled off by Sandoval.
Yeah, he's hanging in tough right now. Making Phillips work for it here in the third. Set and ready to go again. Inside, and the count runs full. This is a heck of a job by Sandoval to battle back here, found off some tough pitches, and now he's got himself into a full count. Should he reach, Drazen Romero would get an opportunity.
It's the 9th pitch to this batter.
Full count, and he pops it foul off the third left field side. I want to hit a mile high and get out of play, and he'll do it again. So this is pitch 10 now? Coming?
Yes.
Quite a battle here. Phillips will try again on Isaac Sandoval. Whoa. Got him looking on the inside edge. That'll do. If you're Phillips, the long battle goes to the pitcher, and we remain tied through 3. After 3, Macarthur 1, Guymon 1. You're watching high school baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This isn't just any burger run. This is a burger run for Whataburger Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger. 2 fresh all-beef patties with melty cheese, grilled onions, crispy bacon, and sweet and spicy pepper sauce. One for you, one for him, and one for your unofficial roommate, Brad. Always order an extra. For Brad. The all-time favorite sweet and spicy bacon burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Back at Bill Tipton Field, Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the fourth in this 5A regional matchup between between Macarthur and Guymon at Carl Albert. The Titans will await the winner of this one. That game coming up at 4 o'clock later today in the winner's bracket. Been a pitcher's duel so far between Andres Ozida and Lou Phillips for Lawton Mack. These two guys going back and forth to this point. And Ozida back on the mound for Guymon to start this top half of the fourth. It'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for the Highlanders, starting with Phillips, the opposing pitcher.
Not an extreme number here, but Ozeda has gone over 20 pitches in each of the last 2 innings. It was only 12 in the first inning, but 21 in the second, 22 in the third. So his pitch count up nearing 60 now after 3 innings.
It's a good point. We'll see. The start for Ozeda was very smooth. Macarthur got a little traffic late in that second inning, and then they got a lot of traffic in the third, got on the board. Ozeda was able to limit the damage, keep the game tied, but it seems like the at-bats for Macarthur have gotten us a little more and more comfortable just almost with each batter as we've gone along. We'll see what they can do here in the fourth, 6, 7, 8, like we said. Do up Phillips, who did single his first time, just punched it through the opposite way. And he'll take a ball inside. As Macarthur trying to get the leadoff man on and try to get something going here. Not an elimination game, but certainly a high-stress game. You kind of, the pressure of it as it goes later on. These teams know what's at stake in this game. It's now 2-0. Appreciate everyone being tuned in on a Thursday afternoon. A little matinee baseball. This time next week, we'll be talking about state tournament baseball. Always a fun time of year. 2-0 on the edge, 2-1.
You say there's not an elimination game, and each of these teams might have some confidence against Southeast in the losers bracket, but the challenge is if you fall into that losers bracket and have to play those extra games, it really affects managing your pitching lineup as a coach, and you may have to burn a pitcher for the tournament that you didn't want or need to burn.
No doubt. That's why we talk about it during basketball season, too, those early playoff games that aren't technically elimination games, but, man, it is so much tougher. It's as close to an elimination game as you can get without it actually literally being one. You got to go a long way. You got to win tonight, turn around and win 2 tomorrow, and then win again on Saturday to get through this thing. You got to win 4 games in 3 days after you already just played this game. It's asking a lot. That one misses, so the count runs full on Phillips. So a good battle here between the two pitchers. As Phillips trying to get a leadoff base runner for Mack. Ozeda, long set. Fouled off again. Phillips really hanging in there. Boy, he's been good on the mound. I'm impressed with his 2 at-bats, though, too. Let's see, had a nice clean single his first time, and he's hanging in tough this time around. Count still full. Ozeda will try again. And we got a timeout taken by Phillips.
Not only did he get that single, and he's still at the plate now, but 12 pitches, so he's doing his job and eating up the arm of Ozeda as well.
Yeah, making him work for it, no doubt. Get that pitch count driven up. Try again, 3-2. Foul off the first base side. On deck after Phillips is Gunnar Tate, the DH, who had probably the cleanest hit of the day from either team. A nice rocket single right up the middle. Back in the second. 3-2 again coming from Ozeda. Big battle here with Phillips. Got him on the inside edge. That's where the strikeouts have been today, that inside corner. And he got one there as Phillips down looking. You can tell Phillips thought that was in, but doesn't get the call, and he'll take a seat. Brings up Gunnar Tate, who's really crowding the plate after some of those inside strike calls. Like I said, had a nice clean single his first time. He'll take one down, 1-0. cut on it, missed. Evens it up 1-1.
Field brightening up a little bit right now as the sun is poking out between some clouds.
Sun peeking through. It's been a very rainy week in Oklahoma, but able to get these games in as scheduled today, which is nice. This ball's check swing, down the first baseline, going to be in play, and he'll just tag the runner out. So Zeta will take that all day. As a nice clean play by Carrasco at first, retires Tate. 2 up, 2 gone here in the fourth. Brings up Braden Cooper. Flew out to left his first time.
He's trying to figure out on that swing by Gunnar Tater, that hit, if he was trying to check his swing.
I think so.
And just made contact with the ball. Just, if nothing else, it just ended up being more of a poking at the ball. So,
pitch outside, 1-0. That one misses down and in. Hitter's count here for Cooper. Guymon and Lawton Mack here on a Thursday afternoon. Carl Albert regional matchup. Mentioned the weather been pretty spotty. All the slow pitch softball championships have been completely moved around. None of those have been as scheduled. But we've been fortunate so far. Baseball's stayed pretty much on track. That pitch also, that missed as well, right? 3-0.
Well, as we said during the earlier game, there is a lot of baseball and softball taking place around the state today. The softball state tournaments, slow pitch state tournaments taking place. Class B, A1, A2, baseball state tournaments taking place. 2A regionals, 3A, 4A area tournaments today.
Oh, yeah. And some, obviously, high-end OSN teams in action today. Newcastle, Bethany, teams that think they could probably make some noise in 4A this season. That pitch misses outside, and so Cooper draws a 2-out walk. Keep the inning alive for Josiah Alford. The right fielder will come up, trying to keep the rally going.
It's a second walk issued by Ozeta in the game.
So Alford comes up. He struck out looking his first time. A chance here. We'll see if they send the runner. Macarthur's been pretty aggressive on the bases. Guymon having the same thought as Ozeta will check the runner back. Looked like Cooper was definitely at least thinking about going or bluffing that he was going to. He was really moving around over there at first. Runner will go, and it's going to be a bunt drop down the third base side and will go foul. So dropping a bunt with 2 outs, I guess thinking maybe you could beat it out. I mean, obviously. So Cooper will have to go back, and Alford back in the box behind 0-1 against Ozeta. Top of the fourth, 1-1 ball game. Guymon and Lawton Mack. Runner will go again. Another bunt dropped to the third base side. Fielded cleanly. Fire across the diamond. He beat it. And Cooper's going to move up to third on the play. So even though the element of surprise was gone, Alford's still able to beat it out for a bunt single. And now Macarthur's really got something cooking here in the fourth.
Yeah, Coach DeLong had confidence in his players' speed, knew what they were capable of there. And the play worked out great because it pulled the third baseman away from the bag, and no one was covering it for him. And allowed runners now to be safe at the corners.
So runners on first and third, 2 outs for Bo DeLong, coach's son, who ripped a single his last time. He's 1 for 2. Alford will steal second without a throw. No way you're going to chance trying to throw down there. So an easy steal. And now you got second and third. Big spot here in the fourth for Bo DeLong. The leadoff man for Mack takes outside. Ozida, long set. He'll fire. Ball's ripped out into center field. Should be playable, though, moving to his right and pulling it in is Villarreal. And Ozida out of a jam again. Crisis averted. At the end of 3.5, we remain tied. Guymon 1, Lawton Mac 1. You're watching high school baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I'm so hungry I could eat all the tires off this bus.
When you're on the road, there's a lot of late nights. A lot of early mornings.
Not supposed to say that.
A lot of honey butter chicken biscuits. You hear my belly growling?
Yep. I'm going to need one of those right now.
And a lot of good times with my band.
What a burger.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back at Bill Tipton Field in Midwest City on the campus of Carl Albert. Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett with you on OSN. We head to the bottom of the fourth, still tied up 1-1. Tracy noted during the break, on max 6 runners left on base. They've had a lot of guys on against Ozada, just haven't really gotten that big swing in this game. And this ball's rocketed down the third base line as it gets past the diving Leyland Kowina, and this is going to be a leadoff double for Drazen Romero. That's a way to start the inning for the Tigers. That's their first hit since Carrasco's RBI knock way back in the first.
As you said it when he hit that ball, he hit that one hard.
Yeah, smoked it.
And it even when it hit the grass in the outfield, it was still moving pretty good.
So it's a leadoff double for Romero, and here comes Carrasco, who already has an RBI single today, and he can get another one here if he can punch one out there. He'll foul the first pitch off. 0-1. He's still got a ways to go in this game. Still just here in the bottom of the fourth, but with the way that the pitching's been going, both offenses kind of having a hard time getting that big swing. Feels like even one more run could be the difference. I mean, so we'll see. This is another huge spot. Both Phillips and Ozada both have done a really good job pitching through traffic and kind of working out of danger. And Phillips going to have to deal with some more here after the leadoff double by Romero. Like we said, Carrasco, an RBI knock. Back in the first. He'll take a strike. It's 0-2. By the way, is Carrasco's bat supposed to look like a bomb pop?
It does.
It does. I don't know if that's intentional. I have to assume it is.
Has a short barrel, too. Or maybe it's just the paint that makes it look that way.
Are you a bomb pop guy?
I was.
I
yes.
used to love them. I went on a phase when I was a kid. Owned away I wanted to.
Well, my grandparents owned a little convenience store and bait shop out near the lake, and so I got all the bomb pops and Cokes that I wanted as a kid.
That could be a problem if taken too much advantage of. 1-2 as Carrasco trying to battle back into the count here after the leadoff double from Romero. And he'll step out. Phillips checks the runner and he'll fire home. Carrasco, line drive back to second. Runner can't go anywhere. Throw to first. He's going to try and go for third. Throw across the diamond. He got him. Some ill-advised base running from the Tigers there as Romero trying to get real aggressive and go to third. Yeah, there was a throw back over to first there. Everyone was out, I believe.
4-3-5?
Oh, now they're saying the runner at first is safe.
Well,
he was, as long as he was on he must have come off the bag, because if he was on the bag, the throw beat him by a mile.
Yeah, I need instant replay right now.
Yeah, we got to sort this out a little bit here. So they're saying that Carrasco is safe at first.
Wow.
That's got to be an error. Be an E4. And now they're going to talk about this and figure it out. The runner at third is out, so there's a minimum of 1 out here. Yeah, you saw Phillips threw the ball back into first because Carrasco thought he was out. He started trotting back to the dugout. Well, but now they granted him the base, so he's going to be safe at first.
I didn't see anything over there that led me to think he may have pulled his foot off the bag or something. I thought the throw was a pretty decent throw.
I think it was a tick high. He must have come off the bag.
Must have.
I'm going to put that down as an E4. That's unofficial. That's just me putting notes down. So an odd play, and it has Carrasco be safe at first with 1 out. And now a ground ball through the right side, a base hit for Kyle Harmon punching one through. And boy, how huge is that whole play? I mean, instead of 2 outs, nobody on, it's a man on first with 1 out. Now you have another hit, and there's 2 men on with 1 out. That's a potentially game. I mean, who knows how this all shake out, but it's a massive call potentially. So now you've got first and second, 1 out for Sandoval. Sandoval grounded to third his first time. He takes a big cut and a miss.
Looks like we have the scoreboard working again, so maybe not.
It's in progress. 0-1 pitch, cut on and missed again. So 2 pitches kind of down that Sandoval not able to quite connect with, and he's behind in the count 0-2 here. Big spot in this game. Phillips will fire again. Ball's lofted out into center field. Should be playable. Running back on it and pulling it in is Thurman. He'll throw into third. Carrasco will move up. But you'll take the out if you're Phillips. Good job by Thurman getting back and making a play on that. Again, very windy out here. And so now there's 2 runners on the corners.
I was a little worried about Carrasco getting there. He not getting around the bases
well,
very quickly.
Thurman's got an arm. We saw that earlier. So here comes Jonathan Christian. Runners on the corners, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Certainly a big spot in this game. The left fielder Christian, who bats lefty, he struck out swinging his first time. Phillips would love to repeat that here and keep this game tied. First pitch outside, 1-0. Base hit obviously puts you in the lead with a man at third. 1-0 pitch, misses down, 2-0. Do have a base open at second. Walk wouldn't be a run, but it would leave you no room for error. Julius Villarreal waits on deck should we get there. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Cut on and miss. That was a swing with bad intentions by Christian. Big swing, but underneath it. And it goes 2-1. That one outside, 3-1. One more bad one will load the bags for Villarreal. Christian in a hitter's count. Figure be sitting dead red here. 3-1. Cut on and missed again. And we go full. Runner at first will get a head start. 3-2, 2 out. Now a base hit. Certainly one in the gap. Probably get you 2 runs.
It's a massive pitch.
Huge. 3-2, 2 out. Misses down and away. Runner was obviously going. Doesn't matter because it was 3-2, 2 out. And now the bases are going to be full. That's a spot where if you're McDonald behind the dish, you got to make sure you just receive the ball and try to get the strike. The runner, you couldn't throw him out anyways. 3-2, 2 out. And who knows if hopping up cost him the strike, but it could. That's a little bit of not totally knowing the situation. Now the bases are loaded. This ball's going to be fouled straight back by Villarreal. Villarreal struck out swinging his first time. He's behind 0-1.
This is the first inning in which Phillips has faced 6 batters.
Just a gigantic spot in this game and this season for these two teams. Cut on and missed again, 0-2. Phillips a strike away from escaping danger and keeping this game tied. 0-2 coming to Julius Villarreal. Ground ball, third base side. Coming on and making the play is Guymon. Fire across, got him. Macarthur escapes. And we stay tied. Big play by Guymon coming in, charging on that. Strong throw across. And we remain even at the end of 4. Macarthur 1, Guymon 1. Watching high school baseball regional action on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, bring back our mushroom Swiss burger. I heard corporate said it's never gonna happen.
Corporate here. We had the bandwidth to circle back on this action item, and
We're aligned. Bringing you grilled mushrooms, melty cheese, and creamy au jus sauce. If synergy like that isn't cool, then we don't know what is. The mushroom Swiss burger is back.
we're bringing back the hits.
What a burger!
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
Back at Bill Tipton Field, Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the 5th. We're still tied. Macarthur and Guymon 1 apiece. A good old-fashioned pitcher's duel on this Thursday afternoon between Andres Ozeda on the mound right now for Guymon, throwing his warm-up pitches for the 5th, and then Lou Phillips for Lawton Mack. The Tigers load the bases in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs, but Phillips able to get the ground out to 3rd. A good strong throw across the diamond from Leyland Guymon to Braden Cooper. And this game remains tied into the 5th. Both teams, Tracy, have just been so close to breaking through, and not even just scoring, but putting up a big inning. And they just have not been able to do it. We've been stuck on 1-1, and we remain there here into the 5th. And now we've got 3 innings left, and the pressure starts to raise now. You get into the late innings.
Well, I mean, 3 innings in a row, Macarthur has left 2 runners on, and in this last inning, Guymon has the bases loaded when they get the final out. So,
left on base piling up, yeah.
5 hits by each team, 1 walk issued by Phillips, 2 walks issued by Ozeda. Ozeda has issued 6 strikeouts, though, to only 3 by Phillips at this point.
So we head to the 5th. Right part of the order for Macarthur to try and get a rally going. We got 2-3-4 due up. Starting with Thatcher Zeller. Zeller, though, has been a bit mystified from Ozeda so far. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. We'll see what he can do here to start the 5th. First pitch outside, 1-0. Winner here gets a date with the Carl Albert Titans right after this game. It's a 4 o'clock first pitch approximately here at Bill Tipton Field. 1-0 here is popped up into shallow right field. Going back on it, the second baseman to make the play, Romero. And 1 down. So a good start to the inning for Ozeda. Retires Zeller. Brings up Gage McNeil. McNeil 1 for 2, a strikeout and a single so far today. He'll drop a bunt foul off the third base side. Start to feel the intensity ramp up a bit. You get into these late innings and a low scoring. It just feels like one mistake. It could be the difference in your season. I mean, this is obviously everything for these two teams. Boy, that one really tied him up.
Yeah, I think he actually got hit by the pitch, but of course he made the swing on it first.
Yeah,
so
swing.
Strike is charged.
Supersedes. I may have just totally used the wrong word. Hopefully that's the right word.
Trumps.
Yeah, 0-2. As Ozeda trying to work his way through the 5th, keep the game tied. This ball's lofted to shortstop. Going to get through. It's a base hit to left. for Gage McNeil. I don't know how he managed to take that pitch the opposite way. It was in on the hands, and Kyle Harmon is like it was running away from him. Couldn't quite get around on it, and it's a one-out single for Gage McNeil. That's his second hit of the day. So now 1 out and a man on first base for Spencer Thurman. Thurman 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. Runner goes, and they're not going to even bother to try. Macarthur has been so aggressive on the bases, and for good reason. It's been a very successful part of their offense. Hasn't converted into a lot of runs, but it's given them a lot of opportunities to get runs.
As many base runners as they've had at this point, and as aggressive as they've been, it's surprising they've only scored 1 run.
They're going to go again, just daring them to try and throw someone out, and he steals third. Guymon has essentially just accepted that they can't throw guys out.
Yeah, the Guymon fans not happy with this take on allowing these runners to go.
2-0 misses outside, 3-0. And the infield is back. I'm shocked by that as well. You got to be the infield in, I would think, here. In a 1-1 game in the 5th, any sort of ball in play is going to put Macarthur in the lead. Thurman will pop this one foul. And he goes 3-1. Man on third with 1 out. The infield is back, like I said. So pretty much anything in play, outside of a pop-up, obviously, is going to give you a very good chance at taking the lead if you're Macarthur right now. You just got to find a way to put this in play for Thurman. And he misses outside, so it's a walk. And we'll have runners on the corners now with 1 out. So Thurman draws his second walk. And Leland Kowina comes up for the biggest at-bat of Macarthur's season with runners on first and third.
That's the third walk issued by Ozeta now, and 2 of those, as you pointed out, have been to Thurman.
So now you can keep the infield back because you can try to play for a double play. Kowina 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. So he hasn't struck out. He's put the ball in play a couple times. Of course, I say that, but they're going to steal second. So Thurman races down and takes second base. Another steal for the Highlanders. We don't have the steal number, I wouldn't imagine, but it's high for Macarthur. They have racked up the steals in this game. They got a great chance to take the lead here. 1-0 on the edge, 1-1. Leland Kowina trying to put the Highlanders in front here in the 5th. Ozeta pitching a great game, trying to keep it going. Fouled off 1 and 2. And now it feels like if you're Ozeta, you got to get aggressive and go for the strikeout now. You got to find a way and live on it. You got your ahead in the count 1 and 2. If you can get a strikeout, that's your path to getting out of this still tied. One and 2. Fouled off again. That was a good pitch. Kowina, good job to spoil it. One, 2, 1 out here in the 5th. Runners on second and third for Leland Kowina. Misses 2 and 2. That was close. That was close.
This next pitch will be the 90th pitch for Ozeta.
I'd imagine end of the road coming soon for him. Two on the way. Lofted into right field. This is going to get him the lead, you would think. Diving effort. It's going to get down on the grass. Kowina's going to race around and be in with a double. 2 runs are going to score, and Macarthur's in front. It's a 2-run double for Leland Kowina. And Lawton Mack finally gets the big swing with runners on base. And they've got their first lead of the day. Good piece of hitting by Kowina there. So now leading by a pair, 3-1. Man on second, one out for Lou Phillips, opposing pitcher. 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. Runner dancing off second. He might have had him on a little bit of a better throw. Not a terrible throw over to the bag, but
it was right at the bag.
Yeah.
Had it been on the shortstop
pick.
side of the bag, it would have been a pick, very possibly. I was still trying to figure out what happened with the right fielder out there on that one hit. I don't know if he dove too early or if he tripped and fell down, but he was about 4 feet short of the ball.
Phillips fouls it straight back. I think it was just a sellout of, I don't think I'm going to get there, let me just lay out and see type of a thing. Fouled off, makes it 0-1. Cut on a miss. Runner will steal going for third. Throw is wide of the bag. So they did try to throw him out that time, but throw was offline. So it's another stolen base.
You know, you understand when there's runner at third, not trying to stop the steal at second, but that is the first time that Guymon has tried to take the lead runner at third on a stolen base.
2-1. Phillips a good opportunity with the infield back here, put a ball in play and pad this lead out a little bit further for Mac, leading by 2, 3-1 here in the top of the fifth. That one low and away, 3-1 now. And I feel like Ozeda may be running out of gas a little bit. Like you said, that pitch count up over 90 now. Macarthur ahead by 2, looking to add to it. Guymon at third base with one out here in the top of the fifth. 3-1 lead for Mac. Low and away, and it's in the dirt. Thought it was 3-1. I guess that
I think it's full
evened it up.
Yeah.
My apologies. Again, we don't have a scoreboard operating in the ballpark here, so keeping track the old-fashioned way a little bit. So the count runs full now after that one missed outside. Phillips trying to put a ball in play and add to Macarthur's lead. Fouled straight back, staying alive. Winner here faces off with Carl Albert. 4 o'clock first pitch in the winner's bracket here at Bill Tipton Field. Carl Albert Regional. The 5A postseason. Teams trying to fight their way into the state tournament starting next Thursday. Try the 3-2 pitch again on Phillips. Misses outside. Ball 4, and the inning rolls on for Macarthur. They're going to runners on the corners now with one away. So Phillips is on base for the second time, brings up Gunnar Tate, and that may be it for Ozeda.
Phillips has taken over 20 pitches in his 3 at-bats.
Yeah, he has been a tough out. So we'll see if Ozeda is going to hang in this game. Either way, you got to figure he's getting close. Nobody's been called over to the mound just yet. We'll stick here, make sure there's not a pitching change. Runners on first and third, one out. 3-1 Macarthur leading here in the top of the fifth. They're going to keep Ozeda in the game, so he's going to hang in there. Do you have an official pitch count or something close to it?
I could get to it, and it won't be the official one. It'll be mine. And by the way, we've got a courtesy runner of Rodriguez back at first for Phillips. 10, 16, 23. I've got 107 pitches now for Ozeda. I believe that's right.
Even if you're off by, a few, it's a lot. That much we know. It's a lot. So here comes Gunnar Tate. Tate is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to first on that kind of excuse me check swing we had earlier.
97 pitches. Make it 98.
He's going to drop a bunt. Runner from third is going to go. Beautiful play to get the run home. And Macarthur adds their lead. Just a smart baseball play. As Tate lays down the bunt, Phillips able to move up, and the runner comes in from third, Guymon, and Macarthur adds to their lead. That was just smart baseball to get an extra run in.
16, 23, 24.
So now you got a man at second with 2 out. Macarthur lead up to 3 as Braden Cooper The first baseman steps in. 0 for 1 with a fly out to left and a walk today. So 3-run inning already from Macarthur, looking for more here against Ozeta. He will pop this foul off the third base side.
And this will be pitch number 100.
Check the runner back. Oh, he's going to pick him off. How about that? So they pick the runner off second. Great play by Ozeta to pick off the runner, but not before Macarthur puts 3 runs on the board. And at the end of 4.5, a big inning for the Highlanders have got them in front. It's 4-1 Mac. Head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching high school baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This isn't just any burger run. This is a burger run for Whataburger Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger. 2 fresh all-beef patties with melty cheese, grilled onions, crispy bacon, and sweet and spicy pepper sauce. 1 for you, 1 for him, and 1 for your unofficial roommate, Brad. Always order an extra. You know, for Brad. The all-time favorite sweet and spicy bacon burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Back here at Bill Tipton Field, Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Lawton Mack leading Guymon 4-1 in this 5A regional matchup. Winner gets a matchup with Carl Albert coming up here about 4 o'clock in the winner's bracket. Part of our triple header on OSN. Postseason baseball has arrived. Great time of year. We head to the bottom of the 5th after Macarthur scores 3 in the top half to take the lead. It is 9-1-2 due up for the Tigers, starting with Wyatt Durbin. He'll hit a liner right to short, but caught out of the air by Thatcher Zeller. And quickly 1 gone here in the 5th. Durbin now 0 for 2. And we'll go back to the top of the order with Ozeta. Ozeta 1 for 2 today, a single and a foul pop-out. Since that first inning where Phillips looked a little shaky, been pretty darn solid. Had some traffic. Guymon loaded the bases in the 4th, and one of the big moments of the game, Phillips able to get out of it and keep the game tied at that point. And now he's working with a 3-run lead.
Only 61 pitches by Phillips now.
He's in good shape. He could probably go the distance in this game if they want him to. Which, you know, if you're going to get through a regional, you have to have pitching depth. And anytime you can get one guy to cover a whole game for you, that's always huge. But you got to go one at a time here, and he's behind Ozeta now, 3-0. See what they do with Ozeta on the other side, by the way. 99 pitches by Tracy's count through 5 innings. That's in there, makes it 3-1. Cut on a miss, makes it 3-2. So Phillips, a good job battling back after falling behind in the count. Phillips was ready to go. Ozeta was not even looking. Ends up throwing ball 4. Phillips he's trying to work quick, which I'm with it. But he walks Ozeta there. So Ozeta's on base for the 2nd time today. And the Tigers have got a base runner against Phillips. Brings up Sandoval. Sandoval 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Check the runner back. He dives back in. On the outside edge. 0-1. That was right on the black. from Phillips. Sandoval, the right fielder, had a long battle in his second at bat before eventually striking out. So he's seen Phillips pretty well his first 2 times up there. But he's behind 0-2 here as he takes a cut and misses. Loser of this game, we're talking about the winner. The loser of this game will also play again today. They'll turn around at 6:30 tonight and take on Southeast. That game won't be on our airwaves on OSN. But we have the first 3 games of the day here at Carl Albert Regional. That one misses outside 1-2. This is low and away 2-2. Phillips battling here with Sandoval. Like we said, Sandoval put up a long fight in his second at bat. That might have been double-digit pitches, I think. I can't remember. I remember it was long.
10, yes.
Yeah. 2-2. He hits one pretty well out toward left on a dead sprint. Not able to get there. Gets into the left center gap. Runner had to hold because he wasn't sure if it was going to be caught or not, so it doesn't score a run. But it's a 1-out double for Isaac Sandoval, and here comes Guymon with runners on second and third now and just 1 away. That ball was hit really solidly. We talked about how hard it's going to be to drive something today with the way the wind is, but that one was driven. So the double puts second and third with just 1 away, and a great chance for Guymon to kind of feel like they're right back in it if they can get another big hit here from Drazen Romero.
Drazen had a first pitch double in his last at-bat.
1 for 2 today. That one in the dirt, and he's ahead 2-0. Big spot for Guymon after that 3-run top of the 5th to potentially come right back and get some offense of their own. Cutting a miss here, though, makes it 2-1. Phillips has been pretty good in this game, pitching with guys on base. He's going to have to do that again as Guymon working on trying to get a big swing here to get back in this game. Flared out to the right field side, going to be close to a fair ball, and it's just foul off the line by a few feet. And it evens the count at 2-2. That was almost trouble for Phillips. That would have been 2 runs potentially if that could have stayed inside the line. But it drifts off. And the count runs even 2-2. Macarthur 4, Guymon 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Phillips a long check in. Now he's ready to go. 2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Count runs full. Should Romero reach? Angelo Carrasco waiting next. 3-2. Ball's popped up a mile high on a huge wind gust. Comes right in. And it's going to be fielded there at second for the out. Nobody can score. Not what you wanted at all if you're Guymon. As a non-productive out. And there's 2 away. We had a massive wind gust come in right as he hit that.
Yeah, that at-bat hurt Guymon with only 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. And the way that Romero battled through that and then to pop one up.
Carrasco takes a cut and a miss. Carrasco 1 for 2 today, an RBI single, then he reached on that bizarre play earlier. We put it down as an error. It might be considered a hit, but it was an odd play. This one in the dirt, 1-1. Yeah, a tough spot there with Romero, who's one of lots of Guymon's better hitters, batting third. A long at bat, but then he pops it up. So not, a ground ball gets you at least a run probably. Something on the outfield would have got you a run, but the pop up, you don't get anything off that. Carrasco fouls this one off the right side. 1-2, and Phillips is again a strike away from working out of another jam. He's been so good in these spots. And he could escape disaster again with one more strike. 1-2 coming. cut on and missed. Got him swinging, and Phillips again in and out of danger. And at the end of 5, Macarthur holds a 3-run lead. We played 5, Macarthur 4, Guymon 1. You're watching high school baseball regional action on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I'm so hungry I could eat all the tires off this bus.
When you're on the road, there's a lot of late nights. A lot of early mornings.
Not supposed to say that.
A lot of honey butter chicken biscuits.
You hear my belly growling? Yep. I'm going to need one of those right now.
And a lot of good times with my band.
What a burger.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back at Bill Tipton Field, Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the 6th inning here in Midwest City. Got a new pitcher on the mound for Guymon as we start the 6th. As Drayson Romero, the second baseman, will take over on the hill. Looks like Ozeta is over at shortstop now with Kyle Harmon moving from short to second. So there's your kind of movement around. We wonder if Ozeta would get the 6th at 99 pitches. The answer is no. His day is done. Pretty good day for Ozeta, all things considered, but Macarthur able to get some big swings off him in the 5th to put 3 runs on the board and hold a lead as we head to the 6th inning with now Romero on the mound. Due up here for the Highlanders will be 8-9-1. Cooper, who was at the plate whenever the final out was picked off back in the 5th, will start things off, and he takes strike 1. Highlander certainly in position, leading by 3, but still 6 outs to get as this ball is flared out to the left field side. Diving effort from Ozeta in foul ground. He can't quite make the play in foul territory. That was a really tough play. The wind wreaking havoc again. He laid out, tried to go for kind of the basket catch over the shoulder, not able to quite pull it in. It was a good effort.
He fell very awkwardly as he went down diving for that one, too, trying to reach out to make the catch.
Yeah, thankfully looks like he's all good. Awkward looking pitch there. Misses way outside, 1-2. A 4-1 lead for Lawton Mack here in the top half of the 6th. Opening round matchup in the Carl Albert Regional in the 5A baseball postseason. 1-2. This one flared well foul off the left field line. Try the 1-2 again on Brayton Cooper. 0 for 1 today with a walk. That one misses inside on him. Count runs even at 2-2. That ball's popped a mile high into shallow right field. Coming in to make the play is Sandoval. Nice textbook effort there. Came in on it and makes the play. 1 away. We'll bring up Josiah Alford. Alford today, 1 for 2, a strikeout and a single off of Ozeta. Showed bunt there and takes outside for a ball.
That pitch just missed outside.
After Alford, lineup will turn back over for the fourth time. Swing and a miss. Evens it up 1-1.
I think that might have been the same pitch.
It's pretty close. And that time got him to fish for it. Romero working quickly. On misses 2-1. That one in the dirt, now 3-1. So we'll go hitter's count here for the 9-hole hitter, Josiah Alford. Already has a hit today, looking for another one against Romero. And he misses again, so he walks him. And the Highlanders get a man on base with one guy in here in the 6th, looking to add to their lead. These postseason games, as important as they are, the lead can never be too big. You're just add on as much as you can. We go back to the top of the order with Bo DeLong. DeLong 1 for 3 today with a single. Struck out in the first, flew out to center in his last at bat. As Romero checked Alford diving back into the bag. I'll check him again.
You made that comment, the lead can never be too big. And in high school baseball specifically, where the number of arms you have available for the mound is more limited.
Another stolen base or Mac. That's been a theme today. They've been very aggressive on the bases, and rightfully so. They've come up with a lot of stolen bases in this game. They get another one there. Is Alford able to swipe second?
Yeah, pitching can fall apart on a team in a hurry, and the runs can start crashing in. So when you have a big lead, it may or may not be safe.
Dropping down a bunt here. Third base side. It's going to be a bunt single. A beauty from Bo DeLong. The perfect spot in between the pitcher and third base. Nothing that Guymon could have done about that. It's a bunt single for DeLong, his second hit of the day. And there are now runners on the corners with just one gone here in the 6th. Brings up Thatcher Zeller. Wild pitch. Runner moves up. Runner's going to try and come in from third, and he'll score. So Alford comes in and scores from third. DeLong moves up to second, and Macarthur adds to their lead. They now lead at 5-1. So not what the doctor ordered for Guymon here. As Macarthur adding on, they now lead by 4 with Thatcher Zeller at the plate looking to do some more damage. That one missed.
So just to verify, I've got the score at 4-1.
5-1.
5-1.
Runner just came in right there, yeah.
Right, I got that one.
That one's fouled off the first base side by Thatcher Zeller. Zeller 0 for 3 today, a couple of strikeouts, and he popped out to second earlier. So, he wants to come through here, get into the hit column today. Take some good vibes into the next game for the Highlanders, which right now looks like it'll be right after this one against the Titans. Still got some work to do, but in good shape, leading by 4 runs at 5-1. That one up and in, over the head of Zeller, 3-1. Runner will go from third, rip to third base, and fair down the line. Runner will score easily. Zeller a wide round to first. He's into second. It's an RBI double for Thatcher Zeller, a rocket right down the left field line. So the Highlanders keep it going. Zeller and DeLong trade places. And the Highlanders have kind of broken it open here, now leading 6-1. First pitch fouled away by Gage McNeil. McNeil's having a nice day, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And he's looking to keep it going here with Macarthur leading by 5. That one misses high, 1-1. Kind of feels like finally the dam is broken for Macarthur. They were so close so much of this game, so many guys on base, and never able to quite get that big hit. Last couple innings, they've come through with guys on base, and now they've opened up a lead. This pitch will get away and allow Zeller to move up to third.
And it also feels like the Romero is struggling to keep the ball under control here at the plate, and that's obviously offering up more runs as well.
2-1, cut on and missed by McNeil. Evens it back up at 2-2. That ball's lined to second base. It'll be caught right at second. So runner not able to score. It was another nicely hit ball by McNeil, but a line drive right to second. For the second out, Romero will gladly take that. And there's 2 gone. So that'll bring up Spencer Thurman. Thurman been on base twice with a couple of walks. No hits yet for him. 0 for 1 officially, but been a good day at the plate. All things considered with the 2 walks. Had that great play in center, too, back in the first inning, which kind of looms large. Guymon was really threatening for a big first inning against Lou Phillips. But that play helped limit the damage. Guymon only got 1, and that's been the only one that they've gotten today. As Phillips able to settle down after that, work out of some trouble. And took a little bit of time, but the Macarthur bats have come to life here late. And they've got a 5-run lead right now. And a 3-0 count to work with for Thurman. The man on third base trying to add to this lead. And it's a 4-pitch walk. So Thurman on for the 3rd time today, all by way of the walk. He's been very patient. And it puts runners on the corners for Leland Kawina. Kawina 1 for 3 today with a double. Macarthur already up by 5 and looking for more here. Lou Phillips pitch count in great shape, so he's going to get the ball the rest of the way if he can finish it. As Thurman tried to get into a rundown. That was unusual. As he was trying, he did everything he could to get into a rundown to try and steal another run, but Guymon wasn't having it. Count now 2-0, as Romero has just totally lost the plate here. And there's no reason to swing right now if you're Kawina. You got to at least see a strike. And he won't. So it's another 4-pitch walk. And the bases are now loaded with 2 gone here for Lou Phillips. Been a good day at the plate for Phillips. He's been on base twice. A single, did strike out, but also drew a walk. He could really help himself out here with the bases loaded and a 5-run lead. He can make it a big lead with a big swing. But again, it feels like you got to take one here, Tracy, until you see one. I mean, you can't swing until you get at least one.
You're saying a potential swing, and I'm thinking we're just going to walk 4 runs in here, so. That is 10 balls in a row.
There's one on the edge. So now 2-1. We'll see how aggressive Phillips gets. That one misses inside, 3-1.
Again, you expect a take here, right?
Probably so, and he gets it, and it's another walk. So a bases-loaded walk for Phillips. And Macarthur starting to pour it on here a bit, 7-1. As Phillips is on base for the 3rd time today. And it brings up Gunnar Tate.
Tate's the 9th batter in the inning.
And the leadoff man was retired, believe it or not.
Yes.
Rodriguez will run for Phillips again. courtesy runner at first base. And this brings up Gunnar Tate. It is worth noting, since we're getting closer to it, it's a 6-run lead. If Tate were to get all the way around and score, get up to 10 runs, they could theoretically finish the game early in the bottom half. So a little ways to get there, but some housekeeping there. Swung on and missed the first pitch, 0-1. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Romero trying to end this very long inning. Keep Guymon somewhat within shouting distance. Still a lot of work to do, but gotta just do your best to limit the damage if you're Romero now. 0-2, 2 outs, trying to get Tate. Got him swinging. So Romero able to end the inning. Macarthur goes for 3 runs to double their lead from 3 to 6. At the end of 5.5, it's Macarthur 7, Guymon 1. Lou Phillips back on the mound after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, bring back our mushroom Swiss burger. I heard corporate said it's never gonna happen.
Corporate here. We had the bandwidth to circle back on this action item, and
We're aligned. Bringing you grilled mushrooms, melty cheese, and creamy au jus sauce. If synergy like that isn't cool, then we don't know what is. The mushroom Swiss burger is back.
we're bringing back the hits.
What a burger!
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
All right, back at Bill Tipton Field here in Midwest City. Bottom of the 6th, Lon Mack leading it over Guymon 7-1. And a strikeout looking to start the frame for Lou Phillips as he's able to put down Kyle Harmon, the shortstop, who moved over to second base after the pitching change. So a good start to the 6th for Phillips, who's really been in a groove these last few innings or so.
5 strikeouts.
Sandoval there.
5 strikeouts for Phillips now.
Oh, excuse me, this is Villarreal at the plate. That is a totally different order than what we had before.
34, 39.
It's supposed to be Sandoval. Excuse us. We had a little bit of a clerical here. I got Sandoval wearing 11. I don't know what happened here. We got a little tied up. That's back-to-back strikeouts. In any event, it's back-to-back Ks for Phillips.
He's in the 6th inning, and he just went 3 strikes, 3 strikes.
Yeah, that'll do.
That's looking pretty right now for him in this inning.
Yeah, he's working quick. Here comes Jonathan Christian, the left fielder. Christian is 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. He'll take a strike here. That one misses low. 1-1. Phillips got tagged for that run in the very first inning. Guymon led 1-0. Since then, been really, really sharp. On misses high, 2-1. Tigers loaded the bases against him in the 4th. Still a 1-1 game at that point. But Phillips able to work out of danger, and that's looking like really the key moment of the game right now. The fact that he got out of that, kept it tied, and then Macarthur able to explode for 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. And they have a 7-1 lead right now, as they look to put the finishing touches on this one and move on to the winner's bracket in a matchup with Carl Albert here coming up shortly at Bill Tipton Field. And we'll be live right here on OSN as well. Fouled off straight back. Full count. Phillips a strike away from working through 6. And he missed high, so it's a 2-out walk. Christian gets on base for the second time today. So the batter here is number 30, which is Joshua Romero. So we had to shift around in the batting order, I believe, because 10 earlier was Villarreal. I don't know. We had a bit of a shake-up there. I'm not sure how that all came to be. Tracy, they're keeping me on my toes up here. This is Romero, the 30, the new catcher, and he grounds one right to third, and it's caught. I think that might have been caught out of the air. But just for good measure, Quina throws it across, and that'll end the inning.
Yeah, I think it skipped in the dirt into his glove, and but what a throw over to first.
Yeah, nicely done. So that'll end the 6th. A quick inning there for Phillips at the end of 6. Macarthur in front 7-1. As we head to the final frame here from Bill Tipton Field. Macarthur in command. They lead by 6 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
I'm so hungry I could eat all the tires off this bus.
When you're on the road, there's a lot of late nights. A lot of early mornings.
Not supposed to say that.
A lot of honey butter chicken biscuit. You hear my belly growling?
Yep. I'm going to need one of those right now.
And a lot of good times with my band.
What a burger.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
All right, we head to the top of the 7th. While Macarthur leading Guymon 7-1. Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Highlanders certainly look to be in control and on their way to the winner's bracket. The day with Carl Albert. Still got 3 outs to get. Before we get there, they'll try and add to their lead. 8-9-1 duo up for Mac here in the 7th, starting with Braden Cooper. Cooper 0 for 2 today with a walk. And he'll go against Drayson Romero, who's back out for his 2nd inning of work. Romero started the inning off fairly well, got the leadoff out, and then he lost the zone for a while, had a few too many walks, then he kind of reeled it back in toward the end. So we'll see if he can get off to a better start here and sustain it here in his 2nd inning of work in the 7th, starting off with Cooper. And Cooper takes a big cut on the first pitch he sees out to right field. With the way the wind's blowing, though, going to be really hard to drive anything out of here. Maybe on a less windy day, or the wind blowing in your favor, that might have had a chance to get out, but got up and just hung out there, and Sandoval able to pull it in for the leadoff out. So quickly one gone as Cooper flies out to right. Brings up Josiah Alford. He'll take a strike on the edge. 0-1. Alford today, 1 for 2, a strikeout, a single, and a walk. Later scored after that walk in the last inning in the 6th. Remind you, got one more ball game to go here in our OSN triple header of postseason baseball action. As Carl Albert set here on their home field after winning this morning against Southeast, which was on our airwaves. They'll take on the winner here, which looks like it's going to be Lawton Macarthur. Except for a 4 o'clock first pitch, probably be a little later with this game going a touch long at 3:31 as we speak. Probably a little closer to 7:15, or 7:15. That'd be rough. 4:15. If you had to wait that long. 2-2 pitch coming. And the ball's popped up. Should be playable at short. And it will be. That's Ozeta. Started the game on the mound, pulling that one in. And there's 2 away. So nice start to the inning for Romero. 2 quick outs. We go back to the top builder with Bo DeLong. DeLong 2 for 4 with a pair of singles in this game. He's going to ground this one to second base. Fielded cleanly by Harmon. He throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Romero. So a nice bounce back by Romero after giving up 3 runs in the 6th. He goes 1-2-3 in the 7th. And at the end of 6 1/2, it's Macarthur 7, Guymon 1. Lou Phillips back out to try and finish the job for the Highlanders after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, bring back our mushroom Swiss burger. I heard corporate said it's never going to happen.
Corporate here. We had the bandwidth to circle back on this action item, and
We're aligned. Bringing you grilled mushrooms, melty cheese, and creamy au jus sauce. If synergy like that isn't cool, then we don't know what is. The mushroom Swiss burger is back.
we're bringing back the hits.
What a burger!
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
Back at Bill Tipton Field, Josh Calloway, Tracy Mussett on the Oklahoma Sports Network. As we head to the top of the 7th, it's Macarthur leading by 6, or excuse me, the bottom of the 7th. It's Macarthur leading by 6, trying to finish off the job. It's Lou Phillips back out, going for the complete game here. As it'll be 9-1-2 due up for Guymon, starting with Wyatt Durbin, the third baseman. He's 0 for 2 today, ground out. He'll shielded by the catcher, and they line out to short. And he'll take strike 1 on the outside edge. Macarthur trying to get above 500 and get themselves into the winner's bracket. Matchup with the Carl Albert Titans here on their home field, and then you can kind of go for broke a little bit, try to pull off the upset and set yourself up pretty going into tomorrow. But either way, a win, and you guarantee yourself at least action in tomorrow. You prolong your season by another day at least. As he's ahead 0-2 on Durbin. Been a really good day for Phillips on the mound. Trying to finish off his work, go the whole way. 0-2. Chopped. That's going to be ruled a fair ball. Throw down to first, and they got him. That was a strange-looking play, but well handled by Braden McDonald behind the dish, and there's one gone.
I'm not sure I completely understand everything that transpired on that play. The ball hit the batter when he was out of the batter's box.
I couldn't tell. I'll take your word for it.
I sure thought it landed on his back when it popped up, but I could be wrong.
It like popped up and then hit the catcher, and he didn't know where it was, and I don't know.
Maybe that's what I saw. Maybe I saw it hit the catcher, and my mind told me it was the batter.
Batter should be a dead ball, but who knows? Maybe who knows? Ozeta now in the box. Ozeta's 1 for 2 today, a single and a walk on his ledger. Ground ball to third. Oh, a tough hop, but a nice clean pick and throw across. I'll tell you what, Leyland Kowina has played a really good third base in this game. And he's made a lot of tough plays. And he puts that one away, and we now quickly have 2 gone, and Phillips is 1 out away from a complete game. And sending his squad to the winner's bracket here in the Carl Albert Regional.
He's thrown 97 pitches now. He could keep this count under 100 for an entire game.
Isaac Sandoval in the box. Sandoval lofts this one out in the left field. Tracking it is McNeil. He's got it, And that's your ball game. A really speedy 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th, and that'll do it. Macarthur wins it 7-1 over Guymon. They move into the winner's bracket, and a date with Carl Albert coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to wrap this up pretty quick, Tracy, but any final thoughts from you? Obviously, a very well-played game for Macarthur. It was a close game to the 5th, and Macarthur really just dominated the late few innings.
Well, we kind of talked about it as we went through the game, but Macarthur sitting in a good place in that they only burned one pitcher during the game.
Yeah.
Now they're in the winner's bracket, so that prevents them from having to go to the, into their bullpen throughout this regional tournament. So they're in good shape pitching wise. They struggled a little bit putting the ball into play early against Ozeta, but then they did a great job in the middle innings of putting some runs across the plate and did what they needed to do.
No doubt, do what they needed to do. Took a close game and blew it open late, and they get the complete game from Lou Phillips. He was tremendous. As Macarthur fell behind 1-0 early, but they ended up winning 7-1 and set up a date with Carl Albert, which will be on our airwaves here in about a half hour or so from now here on OSN. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll have that stream game on a separate stream. Trace and I will be back alongside with Jordan Ray in about a half hour as Carl Albert takes on Lawton Mack in a winner's bracket game here at the Carl Albert Regional. Thanks so much for watching Game 2. One more to go on our OSN triple header. We'll see you in just a little bit. Carl Albert and Lawton Macarthur winner's bracket action in about a half hour back here at Bill Tipton Field.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.